What's going on, everybody? My name is C4. Welcome back to the channel, and today we're here for episode 5 of our College Football 26 Rebuild Dynasty series with Coastal Carolina. We have gone through the trenches. We've gone from the bottom. Coastal Carolina Rebuild maybe being a little bit more bite-off than we can chew. For terms of difficulty, I thought we would be and have achieved national championship glory much sooner than year 5, but here we are going into year 5. As without a shadow of a doubt, you look at our team, you look at our roster, expectations are maybe not necessarily national championship or bust, but this absolutely needs to be a team that competes for the ACC Championship and really should be competing for a national championship. We are going to be likely going with Owen Santucci at quarterback, who, while we need to ignore the throw power, which is always hard to do. I get it. Probably hard for you guys. If you guys have a rebuild and in your dynasty, your best quarterback has a noodle arm. But when you have maybe the most accurate quarterback in the league outside of that has a lot of draft scouts saying maybe he'll declare at the end of this year as a junior if he gets high enough draft grades, you kind of got to pull the trigger there. We also have a great run game and some other good players that we will meet along the way in this rebuild. Going into year 5, our schedule is, interesting. We get a week 0 game against Delaware. All due respect, they were 7-6 last year. That should be a tune-up. We get ranked, as of now, Mississippi State, ECU, Liberty. Get some of those old school opponents, get a rivalry game there against Liberty. And then when we get to ACC play, we get ranked Louisville, ranked Miami. North Carolina is going to be tough. Duke has our ranking right now. Virginia Tech, Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech can be pretty annoying. And, absolutely, they'll try to play spoiler there all the way down in week 12, but we know how good our team is. We just have to play to our talent level. I think for a quick snapshot of the defense, our pass rush is definitely not as good as it was a year ago, even though we have some solid pass rush, but our interior, our defensive line, our run defense is going to be outstanding. We have Colin Hatch, who's one of the best linebackers we've recruited so far in College Football 26. Pretty much unlimited skill caps. If he had an elite dev trait, we would have a 99 overall rated player here as he enters his senior campaign. Our secondary still is going to be one of the best in the nation. Antoine is one of the best ball hawks over the last 2 seasons of college football play, and our safety room is very solid. We may have the best offensive line in the ACC. We have a combination Korzak, Rios, both over 85. Kinney is at 91, 86 at center, 84 at left guard. And at tackle, again, we're going to have a couple different people, probably mixing and matching a little bit. Our tight end room is led by Lloyd Thomas, who's a great receiving tight end. At wide receiver, we have Daryl Gold. We have Jacaden Ferguson, who we got in the transfer portal. And we have Tristan Glass, who has been here since, I feel like, the very beginning. And he has a couple routes that he runs just about better than any player in all of college football. But the strength of this team is our backfield and the elite dev transfer out of the portal, Terry Doss. 97 overall, 96 speed, 97 acceleration, and this is a scheme. 93 strength, like an incredible player, and this is a scheme and team that we have seen. If you have a good running back, it is going to carry us to a lot of wins, and I would say this may be the first rebuild in a minute. We may have a Heisman favorite. Now, for our initial recruiting board, still plenty of, not plenty of hours, but we might be able to get maybe up to 15, but our initial 13 looks pretty good. We have Stanley Bragg, the number 3 quarterback, a 5-star. We are his number 2 school. Now, we're going to be trading paint there. We're sandwiched between 2 schools that are the absolute means when it comes to recruiting. Doesn't matter how much work you do. On any given moment, Clemson and or Georgia can just swoop up and take your player. But we're going to try our best to get a 5-star here in Bragg. We have Whitted at running back. We're within his top 10. We got 2 speedster wide receivers. Unfortunately, fully scout these guys. No gems. Well, we're going to be chasing the star grades for the most part. Got a couple linemen here. Got a couple pass rushers. Truman, number 1 school. Love that. Don't love the fact that Miami and Ohio State is right behind us. But, that's the nature of the business when you start dealing with recruits at this level. And our only gem is David Rashad at safety. And, again, we are competing with S-tier, very annoying schools. So there's a chance of these 13 targets, we might not get many of them. But we're going to try our best. We get a week 0 matchup against Delaware, and I think that this, honestly, it should be a win. I think how big of a win will give us a great vibe check of where this Coastal Carolina team will go. If this is, and we've seen it before with Coastal against bad teams, struggle to put them away. Maybe slow starts, and it ends up just kind of being a win's a win, an ugly win. We don't need an ugly win. For the heights and ceiling that this team could reach, this needs to be like a 30-point win. So let's go. I am hoping that this is a championship winning season, because now that we're into week 1 of college football, there are now teams based off of watching week 1 that I kind of want to rebuild. Kind of want to get to a North Carolina rebuild. There's other teams that I want to rebuild, just haven't got to yet. Oklahoma State, Oregon State, Cal, JKS, Jaron Sega Politele, who we used in our UMass rebuild. Crushed it. Might have been the best quarterback week 1 in all of college football. But we are here to finish Coastal Carolina, whether it takes today in year 5, whether we have to go to year 6, 7, or 8, we will get a national champion for the Angry Blue Chickens. I think because we've been so close, we're only going to go as far as our quarterback will take us. That's kind of the question mark of this whole team. And even that being said, it's only the question mark because he only has 88 throw power. What he did out there today, we needed a convincing win. What he gave us was a convincing win. 41-13, tune-up week 0 matchup. What I want to see, though, is the Owen Santucci stat line. New quarterback, is he going to be the answer? Or are we just running the football like crazy? He was efficient, 75% completion, 3 touchdowns, no picks, and we ran the football incredibly well. Terry Doss, Heisman campaign season is loading. And we had Colin Hatch, a man that we've called our own little Luke Kuechly throughout this rebuild, getting ACC Defensive Player of the Week. 8 tackles, 4 TFLs, 2 sacks. He was everywhere. And here's now the next logical test. We can beat bad teams. Can we beat low-end ranked teams? All due respect. Mississippi State, another team that I kind of want to rebuild. I watched the Mike Leach documentary, and they're kind of, honestly, maybe below Vandy now in the pecking order of the SEC. Could be fun to do a Mississippi State rebuild. But here today, well, tail of the tape does not lie. This should be a juicy, succulent ranked win early on Coastal Carolina's record. And for what it works, this is a road game. Maybe that's going to be the little extra juice that makes it truly an interesting matchup. Mississippi State at home. I mean, they've had good teams over the years. I'm trying to think back to, the last good Mississippi State team. I remember when Mike Leach was there. They weren't particularly great. But, they've had and sent players to the NFL. Dak Prescott, Chris Jones. Was Jeff Simmons Mississippi State? Fletcher Cox, Mississippi State. It's like some very, very big-time players that come through the ranks. And if this game becomes less X's and O's, Jimmy's and Joe's, maybe Mississippi State got a couple sleepers still on their roster. They recruited well. What we have here, we'll come in on a 3rd down. Got to see how this quarterback handles himself. Salem wide corners, probably my favorite play. All rebuild along with Coastal Carolina, going back to when we had Robbie Washington at running back. Just such a good play as long as the defense bites on the running back, which he got one man to beat, and he does beat him. Cahill, the receiving back. Great score there. And our defense pitching a shutout so far. I don't think Mississippi State has been across midfield yet. 24-0 going into the second half. And we feel real bullish about Coastal Carolina. This gives us the vibes. There's no difference to this Coastal Carolina team, the Angry Blue Chickens, between a Delaware and a 20th ranked SEC opponent in Mississippi State, and on the road. They got 10 straight garbage points. This game was not particularly close. 45-17. And that man right there, Santucci, unwanted. I was looking for almost any other reason to not have him as our starting quarterback, just bypassing all of the pros that he adds to this team. And looking at what we got, 4 touchdowns, 70% completion percentage. I'm at minimum, bare minimum, expecting very low turnovers from a quarterback that is as accurate as he is. And in the end, Doss, another very strong performance. We can run the football. We can pass the football. We had 6 sacks against Delaware. Did that continue here today? Crook with half sack and a pick. We got Jordan Mack, Woolfork, looking good. 3 picks on the day, 2 for Keith. And again, another strength. I think we have one of the best secondaries in all of college football. And we've proven that before. 2 years ago, we had the best interception numbers in all of college football. And with the groups that we got right now, I think we're going to get back to that level, to that reputation. Looks like we got next team up. Battle of the Carolinas, but they're on the train tracks and we ain't slowing down. Should be, and I expect another convincing, dominating performance. Let's see it. I don't think we've ever lost. I don't even know if we lost East Carolina. I think we played them year 1 and beat them. Trying to schedule some fun Carolina matchups. Look at that. They strike first. We respond right away. Maybe a little adversity this week would be nice because we have some ranked opponents coming up when we get into ACC play. But, all right. 3 straight field goals, ECU. For us, 1 touchdown and a field goal. Not really pulling ahead. I think we should come in here. Red zone. Up 1. Touchdown would be gigantic. Let's run the football. We're going to be a team that dominates running the football. We have an outstanding Heisman contender. These are the kind of games he needs to stand out. These are the kind of games I want my running back getting 200 yards, 4 touchdowns in. That's how you win. And not 11 carries for freaking 41 yards. Let's see if we can up and up. But we do have a decent rotation. I think that's the way to go when you have the wear and tear system. So Cahill punches this one in. I mean, he's been good for, you know, a dozen carries every single game. So let's just see here. Now we get a interception, a turnover. Doss is back out there. Break a tackle. Not great run blocking on that play. Yeah, you know, look, he has wear and tear active as well. Now, we got him in the portal. We don't know what kind of wear and tear has been put, how much miles have been used on Doss before he arrived for the Angry Blue Chickens. So maybe that will be something that, maybe, you know, I'm not going to say it's too good to be true, but when you land a player like that in the portal and you're still Coastal Carolina at the end of the day, maybe there's a reason why he was available. Come on, X. Come on, X. Boom! Good grab. I'm not saying I got to make every throw, but with 99 short accuracy, I think we have 99 mid, 84 deep ball accuracy, so that is certainly a weakness. But I like to think even dumb throws with small windows, the accuracy would be able to compensate. Guess not. We'll jot that down for a bigger game. We have ranked Louisville coming up, which will be tough. And that ends up being maybe not as convincing as you'd like to see. And I think for that, we're going to give kudos to East Carolina, maybe being a little bit better than expected, better than the record of 0-2. And, of course, I threw the only pick that our quarterback's thrown all year. Our run game was humbled, but still 3 rushing touchdowns, almost 100 yards on the day. Defensively, these guys showed up. From a sack standpoint, not so much, but we did get our turnover by Antoine, one of the best ball hawks in the nation. And you're not, you know, I guess not all going to be pretty. Up next, we get to the Jamie Chadwell rivalry game here. Week 3, 3-0. I'll updo the number 6 team in the nation. Let's just humble Liberty and move on. Now, this is very much a rivalry. Ooh, interception on the opening drive for Santucci. Don't love to see that. Great response. We're able to pile on a little bit. But this is a rivalry that I imagine Coastal Carolina does not have a super favorable record on, even though it is an early rivalry. And at bare minimum, we're going to leave this rebuild. But yet again, I don't want to keep trying to foreshadow we're going to win this year. But between this year, however many more years it takes, we are beating the shit out of Liberty. And we have certainly, you know, we're going to be leaving as the best team in this rivalry, undoubtedly. And it's going to take a while for Liberty to get back to where they were. Who was their coach? Remember they had like Caden Salter. Actually, Liberty had like a real good 2-3 year period. And then I think they got absolutely depleted. Because Salter's at Colorado. Yeah, he started for Colorado week 1. Didn't look particularly good. Shout out Georgia Tech for all of us that bet on Georgia Tech. Come back to it. Oh, come on. Bricks for heads. Tight end actually has like 90 catching. It's very disappointing. Let's just keep running the score. It's a rivalry game. We'll go with the halfback toss here. Can we get the Doss? Is it Doss out there? Yes, it is. Man. The run game's so frustrating. I have such... Other times when, like, things that frustrating happen, the reality is, I think I'm not probably that much better than our opponents. But in times like this where I have literally, like, a perfect running back. Hook me up. We'll take the shot play. And Santucci used every bit of that 88 throw power there. Fit that into gold. And we are just rubbing in this rivalry matchup. Oh, my God. No safety on gold again. Sure. Oh, no, he creeped over there a little bit. We'll go to B this time. The actual speedster from the... Oh, he got his hands on it too. All right. You know what? Just from that one play, though, I feel a lot better about that 88 throw power deep ball. If he can hit that ball, come big ACC matchup, ranked ACC matchup, hopefully ACC Championship Game and beyond. Give me a little bit of confidence with Santucci that maybe it is not all doom and gloom. But look at that. How about that for a rivalry game? 54, 5 touchdowns. He did throw a pick. He was on the opening drive. Mulligan. Fine, no concern. Terry Doss, 72 yards and a touchdown. Ferguson, look at Chavez. He was a quarterback recruit. He was an athlete, so he could play different positions. But we tried him as a quarterback, switched him to wide receiver. He is thriving in that position. We saw Gold make the big-time touchdown grab. Sacks look solid. Interceptions, also very solid. So it's been about a month, and from a recruiting standpoint, everything really outside of the quarterback is going decent. Eagles is more of like he's coming for a visit. Hopefully we can make some ground there on Texas, but that's not looking particularly good. We're in the hunt for Kirkus as well, but we don't really need a lot of wide receivers. This is me more so chasing the speedster archetype. Everywhere else, looking real good across the defense. First place. And we're still just kind of waiting and seeing on the 5 stars. Between us, Georgia, NC State's in the mix, but we're looking to be... I'd be shocked if we get flipped out of the top 3. But our issue right now is we just don't really know what his perfect sell is. I mean, we could probably try to take a guess. First, let's see. Let's see if we can even, like, make a combo here of hard sell. So it could be team player. That's usually not a super common one. It could be standard bear. Again, not overly common, but you can see that happening. Aspirational goals is very popular. That could vary. And I actually would hope it's that one because that would give us the best positional grade. So... we're going to keep, and this one also, Conference Legend would be great. I just want to see, until he gets his top 3, can we get at least one check mark to get an idea of what direction to go? So we'll just keep sending the house on the 5-star. Here we go, a real test. We have 4 visits coming in this week, so there's a little bit added pressure. Louisville slipped up. They're 2-1. They've fallen a little bit in the rankings. Very similar spot to Mississippi State. And we saw what happened last time we played Mississippi State. So I'd like to say, as the number 5 team back at home in front of rabid Blue Chicken fans, we're going to put on a show here in our ACC dominating performance over Louisville. And so it's been all phases. Sometimes you get like very one-dimensional and you're like, maybe the quarterback and your pass game's not on point, but you run the football well. It's like, well, how are we going to play when a team stops the run game and we have to throw to win? Well, we've been playing balanced football. Our run game's been effective. Our pass game's been outright dominant. Defense has been good every single game. Now we get a rain game thrown into the mix. So there will be some probably shenanigans here in a rain game. But I'd like to think at the end of the day, get a little bit of that angry Blue Chicken home field advantage. But we're not really, dominating here. We're down 3, so I'm going to hop in. I'm going to go with toss play for the love of God. And I took note of this the last college football game because how many runs I would come in on a play at the moment that were negative plays. Way too many of them. And again, it is just unbelievable how impossible it is to fucking run the football in this game. So I'm going to punish these guys. Yeah, fine. You don't want to let me realistically just run the football down your throat. I'm going to run. How about a little mesh? How about something right across the line of scrimmage? How about that? How about them apples? Dare me to. I got 99 reasons why I can throw that pass. Short, medium. Or you let my offensive line and my 97 running back play as such. But no. Time I come out here, I get fucking 2 yards of carry. Can never make anyone miss. Now, it is a rain game, so maybe that's got a, 96 speed, 97 acceleration that Doss has. Maybe that will be nerfed just a little bit. But it is, I don't know. Definitely not a big fan of the run game in college football 26. And maybe that was an over-adjustment from college football 25, where you may be able to make the argument you could run football a little too easy in that game. I know I did. Pretty much every national championship game we got to in last year's game was I just ran the football. Well, that beautiful route. Chavez, that guy was a quarterback 12 months ago. And he is leading the team in receiving touchdowns very early in this season. And they're going to be going for it on 4th down. 4th and 5. They're kicking it, so I'm good. What does that mean? They're not actually going to kick it. They're going to go for it. They did go for it, but look, they got nothing. 0 points. We're going to come here 3rd down. Not pulling away by any means. So we need to be locked in. This is not like, oh, let's try something different. No, we need money here. I'm looking at Thomas at tight end. Chavez will be like kind of our last option. Maybe even Doss out the backfield. As long as the O-line, we got Doss. Oh, baby. As he got hit, Santucci. He does throw a pick here again. So, again, for a hyper-accurate quarterback, I think that is 3 games in a row that he has a turnover. But at the end of the day, he is homegrown talent. That was one of our, I believe it was our first recruiting class that we got Santucci. Those guys are always fun. I know the transfer portal is a transfer portal. We embrace the transfer portal. The transfer portal is fun. It's an interesting dynamic when you compare current-gen college games versus NCAA football 14. We need the transfer portal. The transfer portal can even maybe become like more overpowered. That's why from the first big title update in this game, transfer portal got so much TLC. But because of how impactful the transfer portal is, I don't want to say I'm a traditionalist, but dude, it does feel a little better. When in the case of Santucci, it's not like we just hit the transfer portal with the most NIL money and we got the best available quarterback. We got all the stars. This is a player that we found through scouting, through recruiting, got him in high school, he's a 3-star, and now he is leading maybe the best team in the nation. And it feels a little better versus like if we're doing this with like Bryce Underwood or something like that we got in the portal. Let's go for this. I trust our guys. I trust that slant at the top of the screen. Maybe even Ferguson if we can get that out quick enough. Got it. Money. We have the most slant quarterback of all time. Noodle arm, hyper accurate, aka Slant City. 3rd and 3. We're going to try to run it, but it's 4. I think this is 4 down territory again. Try to run it. Go backwards with my dominating running back. Why do we go backwards all the time? Really? Is this the play? That's the play. We're playing for over. I mean, hey, 2nd and 9. Thought there's a little more meat left on the bone there, but we do not want to slip up here, man. There are games that I guess we could lose, but at minimum we have to defend our house. This needs to be sacred ground. We have to win all of our home games in front of the angry blue chicken fan base. That's good PBU. 3rd and 5. Fucking, that's another thing that needs to get fixed. Coach suggestion play call, and I get, okay. I'm not gonna hyper complain because I can just pick my own plays if I want to. But the fact that the coach will call the same like 6 plays, like I mean that's never been an issue. That's something I've never seen in any football video game the last 5 years. So I just assume that there's something not working there. So maybe we'll get that fixed. And there we go. Love it. I've been playing Madden for a minute. I forgot about the PBU animations in this game. God, I don't miss those at all. All right, so let's go Chavez on a slant. We're going to go for it, man. Fuck it, man. If we're going to lose, we're going to lose with the dumbest fucking PBU animations of all time. Oh, my God. Fuck you, Gabe. That is embarrassing. Well, hey. Let's get the undefeated season nonsense out of the way. We're good. We'll survive this. But also, unfucking believable. All right, so all eyes, how far in the polls are we going to fall? We still have more than enough games that we can make up that loss. But look at that. That's just, there we go. Completely out of the race for the 5-star quarterback. I don't think that result really had much to do with it. We're still in a playoff position here. Down at 11. But let's just hope, our guys learn from it and our really good players don't drop multiple easy throws in overtime. Can't do that, especially at home. All right, we have a Stanley break. This is going to be our last chance. Hail Mary for the 5-star. I'm going to guess that it's not. I don't even think like a sway. We have to just luck into a perfect hard sell, I think, to give us any chance. So I'm going to guess that this is going to be this. SEC Conference Legend. It's Conference Legend. ACC Conference Legend, where we get A, proximity at home, A+ conference receipts, B+ championship contender. We'll then throw that to get the max 50, and we will schedule him for a Syracuse with, I've been waiting to get all those complimentary visits. And let's hope. And we get, I don't want to say it's going to be an easy bounce back, but we get Stanford on the road for ACC play. Could have been a lot worse. We could have got into the true strength of this schedule. Like if that was Miami coming off an L, I wouldn't love that. But the fact that we got at least a little buff here, we can win against Stanford, put the Louisville, that was us losing against Louisville. That wasn't Louisville beating us. So we can put that easily behind us, get that win versus Miami, get right back on track. We gotta kill it! That is black magic if I've ever seen it. Maybe that is what Stanford needs to stand a chance here today. They got their weird tree mascot out there. But I don't know if that's going to be enough to stop a pissed off, motivated Coastal Carolina. But Angry Blue Chickens versus terrifying tree monster. We will see. Stanford has potentially a first quarter. There we go. First half lead remains with Coastal. Full 7-point insurance that we have going into the second half. But we're far removed from the team that dominated Mississippi State the same way we dominated lower level competition. We're slowing down a little bit. Maybe we've got figured out a little bit. But, I mean, with all due respect, Stanford's not a slam dunk, easy cupcake opponent. They're 3-1. They have talent. And for us coming off a bounce back, on the road, off an L, dominating second half, 32-17. That's about all I can ask from the fellas. Try to regain and capture as much momentum as we possibly can ahead of the Miami matchup next week. And you know what? I think Stanford's enough a quality loss that we should improve on our number 11 rank. And look, they got another McCaffrey in there. I wonder if that's actually any relation to CMC. But a great showing from Santucci. Maybe not so much from a completion percentage standpoint, but 3 touchdowns, no picks. Happy with that. Run game has been, hey, at least it wasn't just me. I hate when the run game's so good, and then when I play with it, I get 1 yard to carry. So at least the run game struggle when it's not just me. And shout out our own little Luke Kuechly here in Colin Hatch getting the pick. All right, we got our first commit, Keenan Napier. 4-star linebacker from South Carolina. Bad news is we did just about everything we possibly could and made no ground on the 5-star quarterback. But I mean, the good news is that we did scout him, and he's just a regular 5-star. There's nothing about him that I go, I need that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I assume his skill caps would be pretty good, but it's not like he has generational anything. And for a dual threat, he's certainly on the lower side of athleticism. So hopefully he's an absolute bust for the Georgia Bulldogs. And kind of what we foreseen happening is happening when we are trying to go for the bigger name recruits. Those schools, regardless if you're first, they don't care if you're first place for 4 weeks. All it takes is week 5 for them to show interest. So Rashid, our only gem player, well, that's not looking great. We have ETN, that's also not looking great. We were first for a very long time. We recently just slipped. Now that is unacceptable. We should not be falling behind NC State on Mr. Benshaw. We have a perfect hard sell. We have the DM. He's coming in on a visit. Week 8, got to make sure we win. This one's always been kind of tough on the outside looking in for Kirkus behind Michigan there, but we still have him coming for a visit. Hopefully we have a chance to at least have him in for that visit and see if we can make a little ground there. But, I'd say at 11 target, feeling pretty good. At least get 8, 7, 8, 9, somewhere in that range. But here is, I don't want to say it's a must-win. We could probably still lose this game and win out and be in a decent position. Let's actually get a look here at the ACC standings just to see where we're at. So, 1-1, not ideal. But we also have like the best point differential. And we don't play Clemson. But they already have their 1L on their record. We lost to Louisville, but we played Duke and Miami. So we could force ourselves back into the conversation if we handle business against Duke and Miami. So let's go. I think the fact, too, that this game's on the road. Now, if it was at home, probably the easiest way we could beat Miami. The fact that we can beat them on the road would, I think, more than make up for the slip-up against Louisville. This is a team we have had success when we are not nearly this talented against the U. So let's see. We're going to come here on the red zone after holding them to 2 straight field goals. Bend, not break defensively. Maybe toss to the left. Maybe we got to run towards the left-hand side. That's where the stars are. Are we going to get more than 1 yard per carry? Let's see. Oh, to the left was the play. Beautiful. Next level IQ maneuver there. That's Coastal Carolina. Goal to go to end the first quarter. They chance to take the lead here right away. Let's go. Keep the ball on the ground. Let's feed the beast. 27. Mr. Doss. Best player on the field. But here we go. We got to figure it out, man. We can't revert back to our 1 yard per carry. Our offensive line is all high 80s, low 90s. We have a 97 rated running back. How are players running unblocked is what I want to know. Okay. Well, didn't want to get to this because we've seen our players just have the negative clutch gene. There we go. Go to the tight end, Thomas. He had that brutal drop in the loss against Louisville. Maybe it was the rain conditions that were affecting him. Oh, we got a 4th down and 2. We'll go stick. I love the fact the coach made me. He couldn't make the decision himself. He said, "You know what? What are you saying? I'll give you a chance here." Yep. Oh, we fit in between 2 defenders. How are we dropping everything? No. God damn it. That's just the worst, man. You guys see it because it's what I make in the video. But when I go back and like edit, and I notice this a lot more than when I'm doing like our Raiders franchise. Oh, there we go. We got hit. At least, hey, PBU, that's fine. Should have been a pick. The amount of like highlights that are just like, oh, look, terrible run blocking type run, or drop that happens in this game is kind of disgusting. They're going to give us a lot of free yards here. Let's punish them. We still got all of our timeouts. Need a touchdown here. Gosh, let's send the tight end deep again. I think that's a good matchup. I don't think they like that guy in coverage. Fit that right in. Oh, Ferguson, safe grab again. Santucci showing maybe not the arm talent that we know he doesn't have, but the accuracy, touch, finesse that makes him one of the best quarterbacks in the nation. Best quarterback Coastal's had since... Oh, my God. I can't believe I brought this up to not even remember his name. Remember that guy they had? He's on their coaching staff right now. Oh, and that's just perfect. Okay. Totally thought the receiver would cut in. Come on, guys. There we go. 3rd down will come in. Play good defense again. Cover 6. Go Texas 4-man. I'm going to get Mr. Colin Hatch. We're going to try to take away 86. Easy throw right there. Let's go, baby. Get the pass rush going. Heating up at the right time. Then we're going to come in on 3rd down. Got to make amends. 3rd and 6. Here we go, Salem wide. Now, I keep calling this play thinking it's going to be wherever it was pre-patch, where the running back was always open. I think we got to look at secondary options and maybe get back to the running back if he actually does get open. Which he does! But it took way too long. And we're going to have to punt it. Huge missed opportunity there. Now we're going to come in 4th down and 2. Absolutely cannot run the football short yardage. doesn't drop it, man. That was a coaching moment. That's like giving him... How are we not getting any fucking points there? There you go. Just absolute fuck you game, right? Absolute. All right. Get a 2-loss team, make it to the college football playoff. I mean, at this point, I don't trust us to beat any good teams. So, this is a rebuild that will never end. Luckily, some guys are committing to a losing program. But, yeah, there we go. They're going to start dropping like flies, I think, if we don't figure it out. And it's just, I'm so done with this. It's so hard to recruit. Because our pipelines overlap with fucking so good teams. We're gonna get like five initial recruits. I mean, it's not the end of the world because the portal is much more the path, I think, for Coastal Carolina because our pipelines aren't particularly strong, and the pipelines that we have are strong. We're competing against powerhouses. So it's not the end of the world if our targets just diminish here because it's just, you know, it just puts more pressure that we have to dominate the transfer portal. And we didn't fall that far. I mean, I guess that's the quality of losing to good schools. We're 15. And if that's kind of like our final reset, we still have Duke, who's really good. I don't really care about the ACC Championship. We got to win the Natty. This is not a rebuild where our goal is to win the ACC Championship. It'd be nice. We got to get the Natty. We got to move up 5 spots in the polls. We win out, we do that. So you need a little bit of magic, man. This is a team with zero juice. Well, we've opted in, drop passes, piss poor run blocking. Defense hasn't been able to get us crucial stops. Like, we are playing nothing like the 99 overall program that we have built. So at a certain point, you got to take the training wheels off and say, if you guys can do it, you're going to have to do it. I can't hold your hand every single step of the way. So, let's see here. This is a great prove-it game. Syracuse, record's not where they want to be, but we know that there's talent on that roster, and we are struggling. This is the rebuild that never ends. We're going to be here for Coastal Carolina for 47 years. And we hold on. 35, 38. Going for it on 4th down. All right, let's cover it out at me at this point. Jesus Christ, fellas. Did we just sim out the whole year? That's honestly what we have to do. Just go to next year if we lose this game. When we lose this game. Oh, he made the grab! Let's go! That is right there. Those are the kind of things that can spark a run. Oh my God, what a grab. 45-42, not impressive in the slightest. We should have belt the ass 2-6 Syracuse. But when we needed him most, Santucci threw up a hell of a ball. And he only has 84 deep accuracy. Every other accuracy has 99. Deep accuracy, anything related to the deep ball is a weakness. Not on that play. 5 touchdown performance. Now, for our defense, tisk. We have to, and the only way to really salvage this year is to beat Duke. And we are not beating Duke playing defense like that. Here's a big one, the title for the best team in Carolinas. The Carolinas. It's been UNC forever. Let's remind them, things have changed. Times have changed. There's a new big dog. Suck it, Bill Belichick. Even though, again, another super interesting rebuild team. Especially after what we saw against TCU week 1. I kind of really want to do a North Carolina rebuild. This time we're at home. We're going to show you what the pinnacle of Carolina's north, south, east, west of football is. Here at the home of the Angry Blue Chickens. Kind of a nothing burger of a first quarter. First blood goes to UNC. We have yet to get across midfield. I think we used up all of our scoring against Syracuse. Still yet to get across midfield. Waiting for it. There we go. Turnover. Touchdown. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. We'll come in here on this 3rd down and 6. See if we can help spur a go-ahead drive. Still, our coach is calling the same 6 plays. So maybe that's why the offense just kind of got stagnant. People literally watch North Carolina. Bill Belichick certainly would pick up on some of the cues that we have Like, oh, they're just going to run, outside toss. In the red zone, we're going to come in another 3rd down and 6, stalling out here a little bit. We'll go play action, wide cross. Try to get this to the tight end, Thomas. Ever since that drop in overtime against Louisville has been a reliable set of mitts. And we can't even get the play action up because we run the same 5 plays, and they knew that was a play action. So we'll kick the field goal and tie it up at 10. Big end of game drive. We have to kick a field goal. We have a 3-point lead. We're going to overtime. Touchdown, good guys. And our defense showed up. UNC can't even score in overtime. And the number 14th ranked Angry Blue Chickens. We had to win out. We had to, at minimum, get as much momentum as possible ahead of the Duke game. And we have done that. Efficient football might not have been sexy, but look at that. 2 touchdowns, no picks, Santucci. He's kind of cut out the interception streak. Doss over 100 yards. Super efficient. Defensively, we got 2 sacks by Pitts. Jacob, Barkow getting on the board. No turnovers, which is rare for our team. That's a character-building win right there. And the recruits are pretty much as is, losing out to NC State on a almost top 50 recruit. Pretty brutal. But we did get James locked in. We did get Sterling locked in. For Truman, it will come down to the wire. For the running back, that's probably fortunately, a foregone conclusion. So, yeah, kind of was hoping we'd get 10. Looks like we're going to get half of it from our initial recruiting class. But while the recruiting cycle is very quickly shifting to screw these high school kids, let's look at the portal. This is the game that is going to define our season. We are 3-2 in ACC conference play. Not great. Duke is 3-2 in conference play. We are both 7-2, and I would think a win here. I'm done looking. I mean, we shouldn't. Yeah, we're gonna be. Yeah, it's not looking great. But a win here as far as the college football playoff in the top 25. Yeah, we are already the highest ranked 2-loss team. I mean, there's a lot of L's that could be happening. Someone of Florida, Georgia is going to lose. LSU has ranked Ole Miss. Tennessee has ranked Oklahoma. Miami's going up against Clemson. So I do truly think a win against Duke, our last big test, should, assuming that we don't choke, secure us a spot in the college football playoff. Now we got to do it the hard way. It is not in our backyard. We're going into theirs. I assume there's probably, a little bit of a rivalry here? Isn't Duke in South Carolina? Again, I don't know. Don't test me on geography. What I will test me on how well I rebuild a goddamn team here. And look at that, 10-0. Would have loved to be 7-0. All 7s, but we're just controlling the game. We're showing them respect and not blowing the doors off them. But that is 3 straight red zone appearances where you have 0 points. So if this game does not end up where we want it to go, let's come here on this 3rd down. I can't have 3 red zone appearances amongst the rest of this game end up with 0 points. So even if we don't make this, a field goal to get us at 20 would certainly help. Oh, just make the safe grab. Chavez, the converted quarterback, does his job. We're going to come in on 3rd down again. It's on the 1. We average 1 yard to carry. I will take that in this instance. God. And there we go. We get tackled in. Probably the only reason why we got across that line is we got hit backwards. That is clutch from our run game. And our boys know that this season is very much on the line. We lose here against Duke. Pretty much impossible to make the playoff. And we couldn't even be salty about it if we won out. No 3-loss team has a claim to making the playoff. I think 2-loss, you can be generous. And we have lost to 2 quality opponents. But against a very good Duke team, belt to ass time. 37 points put up by Coastal. Probably should have been more. There was 3 red zone drives left empty. And we just kicked the field goals. 46 points would have been nice. A little bit more efficient. That's a 50 bomb. Looking at the quarterback play. Yikes. Santucci, I mean, at least he didn't turn the football over. protected the football, and let our run game do its thing. Terry Doss, buck 19, 2 touchdowns. K with a touchdown. Brian Diamond, the 4-star freshman, with a touchdown. And on the defensive side of the ball, they did their job. Jacob, 2.5 sacks, sack and a half. Barcow, Colin Hatch, our little Luke Kuechly. That might be his 4th, 5th pick of the year. He might be the best Mike linebacker in all college football. So with that big win, we go up to number 8. You remember Virginia Tech? Remember that old one? They had 1 win last year. They beat us in the regular season finale, costing us a place in the playoff. I'm sure they'd love to play spoiler again. Not as bad this year, 3-6, but they're 0-5 in ACC play. I would love this, and I'm going to play a lot in this game, I think, to make sure that this is a whooping. Angry Blue Chickens with a chance to avenge probably our worst rebuild loss in all of our college football 26 content. Playoff team losing to a 1-win Virginia Tech team to bump them out of the playoffs. Why does it feel like this game is going to be super difficult? Like, do they just have our number? Like, they're leading, and we're only getting field goals? Come on, fellas! Here we go. Halftime lead. It's all we need. It's only 3 points. We'll come in here on this 3rd down and 8. Boat midfield. We'll go high-low dig. This was our favorite play. Now, this was when we had Glass there at the right bumper. But this is such a good freaking play. Unstoppable in the right hands. Unstoppable in this offense. We don't want to use it too much. If we do make the college football playoff, that is a play that we are going to have to break out in case of emergency. Desperate. Got to have it. 3rd and 8 on the 18. We'll go take the safe road again to Chavez just to move the chains. I do hate how to kind of like proceed with caution this game has been. It's not like, you know, Mississippi State, Delaware, where it's just complete domination. UNC. We've got to be somewhat strategic. Have the clock running. Let's get at least 1 shot here before the end of the 3rd quarter. Looking at Thomas, the tight end. Gets jammed up a little bit, but that might actually work out because it gets a little bit of separation. Not a touchdown, but all the way up to the 1-yard line. And we're going to be poised to open up the 4th quarter with the insurance touchdown that we so desperately need. So you look at us right now, number 8, right in a playoff spot. And Doss, again, certainly in the Heisman conversation. We can keep kind of running up the touchdown tally. That will help. Even though when we play with him, doesn't really feel like a Heisman winner because you can't get 1 yard. You can get 1 yard. You need 2 yards, he'll get 1 yard. If you need 5, he'll also get 1. That's a nice little touchdown there. Oh, they're not going away. 8 points, 1 score. Luckily, we avenged the demon known as Virginia Tech. 27-19. Wasn't super convincing. Not expecting to move up from that number 8 spot with this win. But it's still like quarterback protecting the football. Run game, controlling the tempo of the matchup. And then on the defensive side of the ball, we're still getting decent pressure. We're still getting our turnovers. That's our recipe for success. As the dust settles here on our initial recruiting, 5 names is fairly humbling. But 1, 2, 3, 4 top 150 players is still nice. And I mean, our roster is in a pretty healthy spot. So assuming that we get, a dozen or so players in the transfer portal, it's got to look good. We'll be fine. So as you look at the final game of the regular season, Georgia Tech, not bad. They're 4-6. It's on the road. But I'm going to lose my mind if it's back-to-back years that we lose our trap game that costs us a playoff spot. That's all I'm going to say. Come on, boys. Help me out. At least give us a chance to go on a playoff run. I don't want to hear, that's the magic of college football any given Saturday. No. This is not a Georgia Tech team that has Megatron. Or Stephen Hill. There's a name. Stephen Hill. Or a team that has even, Haynes King. Dominant player. Great player. Overpowered player. This is Georgia Tech, 5 years beyond that hasn't recruited particularly well. Has dealt with the same nonsense that we have of being in just pipelines where you are very much a bottom feeder. So what we need to see here is not field goal drives only. There we go. Touchdown. Come on. Come on. I mean, that's a healthy start. 19-3. At least our defense is showing up. Hey. Easy rider. Calm, cool, collected. 29-3. Don't let them get a touchdown. Let's pitch that shuttle. Let's go into the playoff with defense momentum. 32-3. This is a team that learned from last year. We have the scars and calluses of defeat from last year. We were not going to slip up even in a tricky road game. 39-3, dominating in all 3 phases. And making a look here, all right, we forced 3 picks. Santucci, definitely not his best game. And we're not going into the playoff with a lot of confidence in our pass. But our run game, Terry Doss, just continues to dominate. And our defense forcing 3 interceptions. We got 2 sacks from Barkow, Antoine Reitz, and Cologne with the picks. I'll tell you right now, maybe not a perfect season. Maybe not a dominating season. I don't think there's a single team, however, in the college football playoff that wants to draw Coastal Carolina. So while we sit pretty with our number 5 spot, we get to, you know, ACC, Miami, Louisville, best of luck. Miami ends up beating Louisville in the ACC Championship, and with that loss for Louisville, yeah, we just stay put at number 5. They plummet all the way down to number 9. Not even that. Things stand. We still got to sim one more week, but if we get UTSA in the first round, sick. Let's go, baby. That's a roll. That's failing upwards. We did not win the Heisman Trophy. We didn't even have top 5, which I think might be a little bit disrespectful. Statistically, for the regular season, Santucci, not great, but we haven't really set the bar high with quarterback play so far in this rebuild. He's best quarterback we've had statistically speaking. Terry Doss, 1,200 yards, 13 touchdowns, average over 100 yards per game. Probably didn't get enough on the receiving side of things to kind of help him out. Cool Chavez, converted quarterback, ends up leading the team with receptions, with yards, and double-digit 10 touchdowns. Defensively, Colin Hatch, incredible. 91 tackles, 11 TFLs, 2.5 sacks, 3 picks. We got 8.5 sacks from Barkow, 7 from Trevon Jacob, 5 from Pitts, and the interceptions speak for themselves. Great INT numbers. Now, I'm a little curious, what did UTSA do? First round opponent, they got 35 touchdowns. So a little bit better passing attack. They had 27 rush touchdowns by their 2. Holy shit. 3,000 yard receivers. They're just beating up on bad teams. You know, if we would have still been in the Sun Belt, we probably would have had numbers like that. So, I mean, I'm not worried about it. But it does suck when you get 2 great stories. Obviously, UTSA making the college football playoff, awesome story. Coastal Carolina, from where we started, awesome story. Maybe from a neutral standpoint, spread out the awesome stories. Don't have one team have to go home. But for us, we have to consider how favorable of a role this is. We could have got anybody. We could have got some of the blue bloods that we have to deal with. The fact that we roll UTSA in our very first college football playoff game here. You know, we could get humbled. This could be a bad thing. We could just assume we're better than what we are because we got this type of role and we play a big dog. It could be a rude awakening. But we go out into the second half up 14, and at no point has UTSA been able to, like, it feels like they barely crossed midfield. So we are going to be able to go into the second half here. I mean, this is just, you know, we're not putting them away. But I'll be shocked if we blow this. 30-12. Oh, boys, just put them away. Let's get ready. All eyes on the next game. First round of the college football playoff. You gotta remember, 2 years ago, we went to the college football playoff semifinal. So there are still some players from that team that have playoff experience. Maybe that's something that's not being talked about enough when you look at it. We're not just a Coastal Carolina that's kind of their first time getting their taste of the playoff. We have been here before. We have been the Cinderella team before. And what we don't love is an injury to Owen Santucci. No, dude. No, this is not how this happens. Now, luckily, Terry Doss stepped up. $166 and a touchdown. No way. We are not. Let's go get the injury report. So we take on number 4 Texas. But will we have our starting quarterback. Owen Santucci. Oh my God. So he had like one of them like dislocated ankle or some of like the worst looking injuries that you will see. Kidding me? This is the rebuild that never ends. So we've got to make the right decision. We have Carruthers and Donald Freeman. Freeman was our 4-star. Carruthers was our 3-star athlete. I think athletically speaking, Carruthers has an advantage. Throw power's the same, and I mean, it's not even close from an accuracy standpoint. We're going to have to go with a true freshman, 3-star quarterback. God damn it. We are embarking on the impossible. But from a team rating standpoint, Lane Kiffin is at Texas. We have a better team on paper than Texas. But at the most important position, where it matters, we'll see. There we go, go in the red zone. Okay, we got to get touchdowns here. We can't go 0-0. We've been in scoring range twice. A little wide receiver under. True freshman quarterback. If we had to think about an advantage, do get a little bit more mobility with Carruthers here over Santucci. Great throw. Pressure in his face. But here's going to tell the game. I'm going to sim this. If we kick a field goal, we're not going to win. If we score a touchdown, we might just win. Look at this. 14-0. Give me a chance. Why am I not having any chances? I might be able to make magic happen. But I cannot go and compete against my starting quarterback getting hurt and bad play the moments opportunities. I can deal with trying to make something happen with this team, with this roster. I cannot do that as well as deal with like, oh, great job getting a 3rd down stop. Now they're going to let them score 3 straight times before you get to come back in on offense. You know what I'm saying? We've seen those. Up 3. What's that, 53-yarder? It's the bar. Not bad. Not bad at all. We'll take the points. Let's go, boys. There's another 3rd down. 3rd and 5. Okay, we'll go inside cross. High percentage play. Honestly, we got to play like a bunch of pussies. We are trying to do something that's pretty much... Has there ever been this scenario that's worked out well for the team that loses their starting quarterback? Has there ever been a playoff team? Oh my God, we're in the red zone again. I'm trying to think, like since at least the college football playoff, has there been a team that loses? Like we obviously saw Florida State lose their quarterback beforehand and get robbed of a college football playoff spot. But I don't think there's ever been like a playoff team. Could be wrong. Let me know in the comments if I'm omitting somebody. Well, the way we're blocking. Outstanding. 1 yard to go. We're getting the clock. We're chewing it down a little bit. Now here's where obviously we're going to probably lose a couple yards because we just can't block to save our lives. Oh, we do. Let's go. O-line start. The O-line starts blocking for our run game. Sky is the limit. 35-11. Are you kidding? I'm not saying Texas is going to be the best team we're going to see this playoff run, but for just the vibes of losing a very good quarterback, true freshman, first ever start, for the team to rally like that, for the O-line to run block like that. I mean, we got a chance, man. We got a chance to make history. The rebuild that never ends, with probably the ultimate injury hurdle that you can get. Well, we're moving on, man. 2nd playoff win. I'm very interested to see the final stat line there for Carruthers at quarterback. True freshman, 3-star. True freshman athlete. Maybe quarterback wasn't even his best position. Our defense stood up. 2 picks forced on Leo Hannon. Coastal Carolina, 187, 62%, no turnovers. The run game, hat trick for Terry Doss. KO gets involved. Defensively, we got sacks. Barkow with 2 sacks. Mack with the sack. Damian Hawker, our nickel corner, with 2 picks. Let's keep rolling, baby. So we win the Fiesta Bowl. Hawker gets Defensive Player of the Week. And we await our opponent here in the college football playoff semifinal. We got to take down the #1 team in the nation. Now, taking a look at Georgia, they are on their backup quarterback. So I suppose maybe that could work well in our favor. They got Titus Cantwell. That's a big win. 9-point overall difference. Their run game has been efficient. I wouldn't say dominating. 24 rush touchdowns does look pretty good. But the yards have certainly not been crazy. Now, they do have the Heisman Trophy winner, C.J. Wiley at wide receiver. 132 catches, 2,000 yards. We round that up, 2,100 yards and 14 touchdowns. He averages 150 per game. And he's coming up against, I would like to say, we have the best secondary in the nation. We are ready to bring, I mean, he is a mismatch. 6'4", 220 with 97 speed. Okay, so that tracks. So they, big advantage for them in the skill position standpoint. On the defense, they have 2 premier pass rushers. Jared Smith, 26 TFLs, 15.5 sacks. Zach Royer, 21 TFLs, 10.5 sacks. Secondary, very similar numbers to what we've had. I'll give them credit. Their overall ratings are pretty good with multiple 90-plus players. We're a team of destiny. So we were here 2 years ago. Cinderella team. Couple playoff wins. Still in the Sun Belt. We are back with a true freshman quarterback making his 2nd ever start against Georgia. We're going to try to pull a little bit more strings here. Let's see. Yeah, I forgot. Oh, I forgot. Especially if I'm playing offense, can't run the football, so we're going to have to be very one-dimensional. But maybe we can use and just make the run game our pass game. All the running backs this way. Oh, there we go. Decent blocks there. Got some great athletes on the Georgia Bulldogs side of things. Here's me thinking again, logically, we should be able to move the chains here on this run. Oh, we actually get blocks. Holy shit, we got blocks. Okay. Maybe I was too quick to jump the gun there. Yeah, we keep running this. Can you be our Saquon Barkley? Nope, psych. Getting tackled from a D tackle behind after a block. That's sick. And again, our coach still calls the same 4 fucking plays. Sick. That's fine. It's fine. It's not like Georgia, like literally Georgia has our whole playbook. Like, oh, they're going to run the screen here. No, this is going to be the outside run. Oh, this is going to be the slant, and this is going to be the screen. And this is going to be the outside run. And the slant, and the screen, and there's nothing there. And our highest rated tackle, left tackle, is now hurt. Sick, baby. Let's go, man. Let's go. Defense gets a stop. Credit where credit's due. But now for us, we're going to be trying to run behind a banged-up offensive line with a backup quarterback with a coach that calls save fucking plays. So we're going to have to change it up here. High probability. Got to try to tap into our Raiders playbook. Who's going to be our Dante Thornton Jr.? Is it going to be Chavez, the converted quarterback? Is going to be Gold winning on... Oh, my God. Should be winning on the outside. There's a touchdown off the board. I think it's going to be a game best defense. It's got to be like the Raiders franchise. Keep them off the field. Long, methodical drives when we can get them. Oh, last possible second to get that to Gold. He wins the foot race. And the first touchdown of the game. Angry Blue Chickens. Defense gets me the ball back. Some little mesh here on 3rd and 7. We're at really no man's territory here. Where if we get some yards, it might make the most sense to try to be as aggressive. We got the tight end, Mr. Thomas. Oh, he takes a cut. He does have great speed. This is run meta. Dr. Chavez breaks a couple tackles. This Georgia Bulldog. Go right again. Hey, we're going to run the same plays. Let's at least run efficient plays. First and goal. Get to the top. Oh, my God. We get a natural pick. And the tight end is in. Defense, let's go again. We might be able to sim out here just a little bit. 14-0. 21-0. 28-3. It's not all me. If we can get out of this one not being all me, I'll feel a little bit better. Obviously, I gave them the kickstart in the first. Now we're kind of slowing down here a little bit. No points. Okay. That's my fault. All right. We should have known. I cannot compete about dog shit play of the moment. It's playing offense only, and they just give them 2 straight scores. That should be fucking impossible. How about this? How about that then? Huh? Try to fuck me over on that one. One-point lead. Let's kill this game off. Man, this play to our tight end, they just haven't had an answer for it all day. Stay in bounds. 5 touchdowns. Does have the 1 pick for Carlos. Wasn't me. Let's see. Oh, okay. All the timeouts are gone. 1 more first down. This game's over. We do not have to score. We'll go double slant. Again, not going to win pretty at all. Especially given the conditions. B. Come back. Oh! Holds on the slant. That should do. I'm not going to sim it out because, you know, they're going to screw us up, but... Call me crazy. I'm going to run a play here. I have a nightmare already. They're getting a block. I've seen more block field goals. Take this. Literally scramble. Chew up as much of this 8 seconds as possible. Okay. It's fine. That better not just played them into field goal right now. That's 4th and... Fuck. That's unreal. Dude, if we... hey, you know what? At least if this happens, all-time loss. There's a chance. I mean, it'd be funny. It wouldn't be funny, but it could be funny. Here we go, boys. We will not be denied a second time. We still got 1 more monumental task ahead of us. But Coastal Carolina takes down the Georgia Bulldogs 35-34, and it's how we did it. 2nd ever career start, true freshman, 3-star quarterback. Yes, the team around him is sensational. But he had what, 400 yards, 5 touchdowns. Yeah, he threw a pick early. That shot play there to Gold, that is exactly what we need. That was a response. Let's watch the boys celebrate, man. We finally exercised our demons, losing in the semifinal 2 years ago. We got a chance, man. As soon as we saw, man, starting QB out for the playoffs. Thought we were running it back. But we have a chance. Carruthers, 71% completion, 426, 5. How many of those touchdowns? I had 2 of those. So he would have had 3 touchdowns on his own, sim or not. And there's how you can tell I played. Run game, literally nothing. But receiving, we got 103 yards and a touchdown for the tight end, Thomas Ferguson. Look at Gold, hat trick, 5 catches, $151, 3 touchdowns. On the defensive side of the ball, we got 2 sacks. Didn't get any turnovers, but they did their job. And look at this. Eric Carruthers has set the Coastal Carolina single-game passing yards record in his 2nd ever start in the college football playoff semifinal against the Georgia Bulldogs. That's not a future legend, I don't know what is. This is Richard Chavez, the converted quarterback. A year ago was quarterback. Sets the Coastal Carolina single-season receptions record. Shout out Darryl Gold, getting Offensive Player of the Week. And who do we got in the finals? Please not Ohio State. Oh, okay. Number 7, Florida. Taking a look at my beloved Florida Gators. Their past game was pretty solid. I mean, honestly, in the same ballpark as us. 33 touchdowns, 6 picks. Their run game, more touchdowns, but like they have a lead back. We have a lead back. Receiving 2,000-yard receivers led by George Okine. And defensively, what do we got? 16 sacks by Jaden Woods on 28 TFL. So they make a lot of plays beyond the line of scrimmage. Don't have a whole lot of ball hawks, so maybe that will be, into our advantage. Here it is, the never-ending rebuild that we started a month ago. We have a chance. Under incredible circumstances with a quarterback, record breaker, but still making his 3rd ever career start, to go out here, lay a hurting on the Florida Gators, but end a month-long rebuild series here with Coastal. We got opening drive, 2030 National Championship. We will see. Again, I will promise you, this game, we're going to look shoot clock on already. We are going to have to use every trick in the book to have a chance. But it is shameless. Absolutely shameless. Oh, Ferguson has 97, 98 speed. That is what we want to see for the big transfer portal. I think we got it from Arkansas. That's the shot play, man. Need Carruthers keep playing good football. Make the right throws. It would be nice if the O-line can continue to block so we can take the pressure out the quarterback. Because I think we're playing with fire if we're just going to go under the assumption that he is going to light the scoreboard up here against the Gators the same way he did against Georgia. But look at the blocking! Holy! Hat on a hat! And we get an interception! Okay. Okay. I mean, bunch of defensive stops. We'll let them kind of play this game out here. See if our guys can make a stamp. 10 straight points scored by the Sim, so it's not just me. This team can win. Let's come in here now. 3rd quarter. Catch against Georgia. We'll see if they buy in the play action. Oh, no, we got smashed. I got to be careful. We do not want to be down to our quarterback 3. There's only so much we can overcome. Man, I mean, that's our fault, man. We went with 2 stupid plays, assuming that we would be able to, O-line be able to hold up. And here we go. There's the turning point. We got to come back in here and need a good drive. That was our one mulligan drive. We have to be perfect for a quarter and a half. And it's not going to, we just forget how to block, I guess. Maybe a screen pass? Is this something this O-line can handle? No, 2. What are they blocking? Madden 26 gameplay is so much better than this. It needs to be said. The amount of times that, I am shocked with the blocks that we get in our Raiders franchise, it feels so good. It feels like, holy shit, these guys are actually good players. They're playing up to their ratings. And here we are, just... well, pissing away our lead, but everything to play for here in the 4th quarter. See if our O-line figures out that they're actually, decently rated, in the 90s and stuff. And it's, this is a Florida team that's very good, but not, dominatingly good. So let's see, maybe we can go high-low dig and get Chavez here. Oh. Yeah. This is I would say above all, if there's one game to run money plays, maybe just your own little franchise. You're playing college football 26, and every single time, for me, I would run, if I wanted to run C4 special every single play, I probably could and win a lot of games. But usually you go let's put some house rules in effect. Let's put some play call cooldowns in effect, so that he just, gives you a little self-restraint. You cannot do that in this game because it's so bad. Like, the gameplay is so, is unforgiving the word? It's RNG. It feels like you get like skill-based matchmaking in Call of Duty. Every play, they're just gonna throw some sort of random stats don't matter, like you're playing whose line is it anyways. So just run your goddamn offense. And that is exactly what we're gonna do. Safe grabs only. That's it. Again, we lost him earlier. Cole Korsak. That is our, I believe he's an 89 rated left tackle. Yeah, one of our stars. He is, hopefully he's back soon. Can we finish this drive without him? We get good blocking at our 97 running back, who should have got a little bit more love in the Heisman race. What can our defense do? We do our job. Defense gets a stop. Oh, there we go. Up 10. 2 minutes to go. And the 2-month rebuild has concluded with Coastal Carolina winning the national championship with a true freshman quarterback making his third ever start. I think we had Santucci in there. I was expected to go win these games. But we go up. Georgia. Done. Texas. Done. We just run through the SEC. Maybe we could have went to SEC. They didn't bid enough. Oh, I don't want to be like it's over. Had a blast making this series. Obviously, it's taken forever. But there is a little bit of like, it's over. 1 month of Coastal Carolina. Terry Doss, hat trick in the national championship. I'm just at a point I can rebuild other teams now. I'm excited. I'm ready to go. College football's back up. So we're going to have a lot of rebuilds that maybe correlate with how all that breaks down. But that moment right there, those guys earned it. Those guys deserved it. We took Coastal Carolina from the basement of the Sun Belt to win the Sun Belt, to go in the Sun Belt to the college football playoff semifinal with Garfield at quarterback, who hates Mondays and loves lasagna. And then last year, college football playoff, I'm not going to say favorite, but contender, to lose to a one-win Virginia Tech in the final week of the season to boot us out of the playoffs. And then to make the playoffs this year, in the first game, our quarterback gets hurt, and we had to rely on a freshman. Hey, memorable. I'll remember this. Credit to this. Carruthers, efficient football. No touchdowns, no picks. We're able to get the hat trick of touchdowns there for Doss. Defensively, Colin Hatch, one of the best linebackers we've had in any rebuild, dominates. 3 sacks from Jacob, 2 from Woodfork. Antoine, who's been probably our most productive corner we've had at any of our college football 26 rebuilds, finishes it off with a pick. Love to see it, man. Fairy tale ending. So there we go, fellas. That will wrap up our college football 26 Coastal Carolina rebuild series. This will probably be the final rebuild series that we do for college football 26. I'm very happy that Madden is where it's at, and I'm enjoying my content in Madden, so that you can kind of wait for the title updates to happen, because I still, it's a very frustrating gameplay experience, I think, in college football 26 right now. I still think there's a couple things I need to fix, so I'm in no rush to try to get as much content out as possibly can before the next title update, which should be very soon. Imagine things will be dropping within the next week or two. And if it is a good update, I'm going to be so excited to get right back into our rebuilds. And we're going to be doing more one-off rebuilds, like one full rebuild in one video going forward. But, I'm always looking for feedback. If you like this style where we space it out, this one was just a weird rebuild because we started before Madden dropped, and then it kind of got lost in the shuffle a little bit. But if that's what you guys want to continue to see, for me, obviously views-wise, from a YouTuber standpoint, the one video rebuilds from a view standpoint does better. But from a monetary standpoint, there's not really that much of a difference, because if I do 5 different videos, you know what I'm saying? It's a little bit more exposure for the channel. So, there's not really an analytical difference between doing the two. And I suppose, it's a little bit easier to upload and maybe have more college football uploads when they're like this, because this will take me, I can get this type of video done in an afternoon, like a regular video. But when I do all one rebuild in one video, that could take me 2-3 days to do. So there's different strokes for different folks. Absolutely like to look for your guys' feedback on what you want to see for college football 26 coming forward. In our off-season stream with the Vegas Raiders, still, that's an all-time stream for me. That was incredible. I talked about once school starts back up again, I will see if we can start streaming a little bit. Because in my mind, I think this game, I would rather stream college football versus Madden. So if that's something you guys are interested in college football 26 streams, let me know. Kids are starting school next week, so I'll be able to kind of figure out and reroute my schedule around a little bit. We can see what we can do there. But at the end of the day, thank you very much for watching our Coastal Carolina rebuild. If it is your first time stopping by, you've watched this series, you have yet to subscribe, please hit that subscribe button, as we are now, as a channel, working our way to our new channel goal of 200,000 subscribers here on the channel. Let me know in the comment section below which team you want to see rebuilt next. I'd love to kind of get to North Carolina, especially after that week 1, but there are plenty of other teams. Alabama, honestly, at this point, I mean, it would be a challenging rebuild, but things are down pretty bad there. But let me know who you want to see rebuilt next in the comment section below. If not, if you just want to help out the video for the YouTube algorithm, leave a like and a comment. Very much appreciate that. Until next time, it's your boy C4 saying peace out, love ya. Have a good one.